Hi. Hi everyone.
Hello.
So like every day I just woke up yesterday. I went to the balcony and I heard a unique voice which I hear every day. That was an Indian dad sipping tea. And almost every day, the only alarm that I have in the morning is my dad sipping tea. And by any chances, I was like, I need to strike a conversation with him. And with him holding the newspaper, I could see a ring in his hand and his left hand. So I asked him, Papa, what is that ring that is there on your hand? Oh, this is my engagement ring, he said to me. Okay, this is your engagement ring, okay. You know what? Your mom gave it to me back in the year 96 at Shangri-La Hotel. And I said, okay, that is it. So he said that, you know what, Anmol? It is not like any other ring that you have. You kind of love this ring. It comes from within. And there is no substitute for it. I haven't had a day in like 20 past years wherein I have let this ring out of my hand. And I said to him, okay, now I know how did I come just 13 months out after your marriage? I was always wondering, why did I come so early? There was a time for the honeymoon and stuff like that, and then there was me. Such an early process. And I said, no, obviously I didn't say that. I have to give a speech. I said that in my mind only. Now, my curiosity was increasing about it. So I said to myself, like, what is this small inanimate object, a very small object, which has such a huge relevance in a person's life? A ring? And I said, okay, I should Google it. So I said, okay, Google, tell me, what is the significance of this ring? What is the significance of an engagement ring? So Google, like every day, threw massive search results at me. One of it was the Greeks. The Greeks came up with this idea and they reiterated this idea into many other cultures as well at the same point in time. Then it came into the Western culture and then the Indian culture. And the curvature of the ring signifies the bond of eternity. The bond which has to be made before two people or two separate individuals come together. And I was like, okay, this has some relevance. And on top of that, the left hand, the fourth finger of the left hand, that is the ring finger, has a vein called the vena amoris. The vena amoris is one such ring and one such nerve, to be precise, which goes straight to the heart. So therefore, rings are born on that. And I was like, okay, what is that one thing that has led to all of this? And my mind said, Anmol gave something from this. Have any idea about this? What has led to this? What has led a ring become such an important thing in the 21st century India? That is the Saas Bahus fighting over the ring and the ring getting stolen all at the same point in time. And my mind said, okay, go on Anmol. Just move your mind. I said, okay, I think like someone in authority must have said that, or someone of an important stature must have said that. My mind said to me, Anmol, what do you do on Tuesdays at 6:45 at Himachal Ganga? I said, I do Toastmasters if I'm not wrong. And my mind said to me, you dumb guy, you dumb 6 feet tall guy. The cultures, the traditions, the continuation of cultures is possible just because of one single thing. And that, my friends, is the one thing that we do here at Toastmasters, which is called public speaking. There was once a guy in Greece who must have said, oh people, this small inanimate ring object is going to be worn by everyone who is about to come together and spend the rest of his years. Isn't it? Isn't it amazing? A skill which is just seen at public speaking is a skill which is used to make cultures work together in congruence. So having said that, I will today, just a second. So having said that, today I'll share 5 nuggets of wisdom from my public speaking journey that I've had till now. First of all, experiences are overrated. Back in the year 2004, I was standing in my school assembly, and just like this, I said to this, the demolition of the British Empire was possible because of Lala Lajpat Rai, Bhagat Singh, Mahatma Gandhi, and Subhash Chandra Bose. And year-on-year basis, I tried my level best that there is some Independence Day or maybe some Republic Day where I can get in touch with the school people and the assemblies and give out some of things that I have. But, a huge but, when I first came onto the Toastmasters platform back in the year 2019 in the month of March, my legs were shaking and my hands were trembling like anything. And I thought to myself, oh boy, you have been telling yourself all these years that, okay, I'm kind of a decent public speaker, but when it comes to the real platform, see what happens to you. The second, compare yourself. There is a list of useless motivational advices and quotes which are propagated all through the social media. And one of which is, oh my boy, please don't compare yourself. It is a false thing. It is the biggest lie that you can tell someone here at Toastmasters or in the world. If there is someone, okay, who is able to express his views upon something in a better fashion, or is able to convey his message at the very least in a suitable fashion, in a balanced fashion, and you like him or her for that simple reason, there is no denying that. There is no that, oh, why am I comparing myself with him or her? Oh, why am I taking a toll on my own self-esteem? Absolutely not. Just compare yourself and become a better person at it. Number 3, don't shout. People, at 9 p.m., the nation wants to know, India wants to know. There is every 9 p.m., there is this thing. But the question is, does the nation really want to know or not? Does anyone want to get really motivated or not? Simple idea is, this is called public speaking. Energy and shouting cannot go hand in hand. If there is energy, why has to be shouting? There is a reason why public speaking is called public speaking for that matter, and not public shouting. Last, not the least, chase the high. I'm not telling you to smoke weed and come onto the stage and do public speaking, but get into that loop of feedbacks on and on and on. Stand in here, listen to the claps, listen to the compliments, listen to the other side of it. People will tell you, you haven't done well today, you could have done better. Okay, it's okay. If someone compliments you, oh, you did a great job. Don't take it like this. Did I really deserve this compliment? Am I being overrated and stuff like that? Because I did the same thing back in school days. I didn't like to be the center of the attention. I was always the third tallest or the second tallest or the tallest guy for that fashion, and I was at the last of my line. And I told myself that, okay, discussing the new girl in D section and discussing IPL is way more important than getting to speak the thought for the day. But I was wrong. I was wrong in that regard. You should chase the high, my friend. Come onto the stage, join Toastmasters, give it a shot, and the rest depends upon you. Over to the team.